behind the UC Marching Band is our Grand Marshal of the parade, Mr. Skip Stephenson.
It's like the University of Cincinnati Band's going to honor us with some music right now. Courtesy of the UC Marching Band. And now Steve Horstmeyer with the Man of the Hour. Steve?
Well, Ann, down here on the street with our Grand Marshal, who's none other than a real people person, Skip Stephenson, also the Grand Marshal, as you said. Skip, I hope you're welcome to Cincinnati with a warm one.
What do these people have in the cans and the glasses they're drinking? That's just pop.
I don't know. I tell you, they look awful warm to me.
Some people don't seem to be quite as cold as others.
Well, no, as a matter of fact, I see quite a few of them. They're like,
no, it's not as bad. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. They told me it'd be 13 degrees and snowing, and it must be at least 20.
Oh, yeah. At least you look on the bright side of things, right? Well, we're going to be talking to you again later. You'll be back with Ann and Bob on the reviewing stand,
we'll
right?
Be right back here in a few minutes, I hope. Why don't we floor it? We'll be there in a second.
I hate to tell you, Skip, it's not much warmer up here, though.
Skip was on our show yesterday, Ann, and he's a delightful young man. He's very popular on Real People, and Real People last week scored a real high rating again, proving that it's going to be another big year for them on NBC. And here's one of the big reasons why. Our Grand Marshal, Skip Stephenson.
We look forward to him joining us later here up at the reviewing stand. And now, the University of Cincinnati Band, the Alumni Band. Now, this band consists of 125 members all the way back from the year of 1934 to just this year's past graduates. They come from all colleges of the university, and many of them, or most actually, were not music majors, but boy, they are dedicated.
The UC Band alumni, now in its 6th year. This is our 3rd parade, and later we'll perform at pre-game. Actually, they did perform yesterday at the pre-game.
We should mention here, it says in our little book that many only touch their instrument at this function all year long. Let's hear how they sound. Once a year, wouldn't you say, Bob?
I sure would. Bill Wheatus is president of the band alumni. They have approximately 1,200 members in all.
And next, the Alumni Homecoming Committee, a group of very important people.
This year's committee is responsible for the overall homecoming festivities, especially the hospitality reception area located in the new Alumni Center, the Kinderville Children's Group participation in this year's parade, and the all-alumni luncheon and the 5th quarter reception at Riverfront Stadium after the game.
The alumni chairman this year is Jeff Davis, and like Bob says, they put together all the alumni activities for the weekend. Coming up is the Sigma Delta Tau sorority house mother. She doesn't look like a house mother to me.
I'd like to move into that house.
Here we are with Beta Beta Theta Pi and Sigma Delta Tau, their entry into this year's homecoming parade.
It's the first of our big floats to come by, and it is beautiful. The Epsilon chapter, Sigma Delta Tau, was formed in January of 1923 and very active on UC's campus, participating in Greek and community-wide activities.
Bob, why don't you describe the float for us?
Well, it is beautiful. Naturally, it is a Bearcat, and since the theme this year is the golden Bearcats, that's why you have the gold on the front of it, and they have the golden bear getting strangled there at the goal line. You notice that, huh? The great Bearcat Gold Rush as they played Morgan State yesterday at Riverfront Stadium. This float was designed by Lisa Nath, Mark Terry, Sherry Bloom, and Tom Kennedy.
Here's a very popular event coming by.
Yes, it's the six-pack.
Probably seen some six-packs already this morning.
I think we should remind our viewers again, Ann, that they can see a lot of people turned out for the parade in Cincinnati, which took place starting at 10 o'clock in the morning in the Clifton area on the campus of the University of Cincinnati and the surrounding streets. And it was in honor of the homecoming game between Morgan State and the University of Cincinnati Bearcats that took place at Riverfront Stadium yesterday. And this parade is coming to you on a one-day delay.
Here's the student body president. She is Janine DeCenzo. She is a junior in political science. She is on the tennis team, and by the way, her brother, coincidentally, was the president of the student body last year. They seem to be keeping it in the family, Bob.
Fine young people here at the University of Cincinnati, a proud tradition. Not just in sports, but academically, it's well known around the world as a fine institution.
Here we are with the float from Theta Chi Fraternity and Alpha Chi Omega sorority.
Now the dimensions of this float are, it's 8 feet 7 inches wide, it's 24 feet long, and 11 feet 6 inches high. Our 49er Bearcat is sitting on his donkey, wearing an old UC Letterman sweater, toasting to the crowd, plus playing the famous Las Vegas slot machine. When all three Bearcat heads show up on the viewing panel, lights will flash and win, and out of the rear of the slot machine, the victory payoff slot will spit.
Spit what?
I don't know, it doesn't say. We'll have to wait and find out, won't we?
We should mention that
whatever it is, they're picking it up off the street right now.
That this Theta Chi fraternity has the highest grade point average on campus for the past year and a half. Congratulations, guys.
Pat Peters, Barbara Macbeth, and Ken Kuhn and Mary Ann Stenger designed this and did a great job.
Here comes our Coca-Cola All-American Drill Team and All-American Flag Corps. Now, these people have come from as far away as California to participate in this event. They flew in Friday evening. They practiced one night. It was their only practice. And they, I understand, have to foot their own travel bills, so they have to be pretty dedicated.
They were in Knoxville at the World's Fair this summer, and they will culminate their exciting year by performing at the Hula Bowl in the Aloha Stadium in Honolulu, Hawaii, January the 15th, and I trust it will be a tad warmer over there.
Unfortunately, it also says that they've been invited to perform at the Super Bowl 1983. Wonder if they'll be there, Bob.
Well, they say church is never out till the organ stops playing, so we still have a chance.
The eternal optimist. Let's take a look at the Coca-Cola All-American Drill and Flag Corps.
The drill team choreographer for the All-Americans for this UC Homecoming Parade is 3-year All-American Janet Miller. The Flag Corps choreographer is 2-year All-American Gail Henley.
And the area coordinator is Mrs. Ruby Miller.
Are we enjoying right now the pause that refreshes?
of the 1982 UC Homecoming Parade. Don't go away.
This is J. Schlomer's Fine Furniture, and it's a very special place. That's because you'll find absolutely unbeatable values on quality name-brand home furnishings throughout our store. Just look.
Unbeatable catnapper recliners with heated massage. Buy one for $297 and get one free in Herculon tweed or leather look vinyl. Catnapper recliners. Buy one, get one free.
So come on out to J. Schlomer's, 2 locations, Silverton and Withamsville, for unbeatable values and fine home furnishings. Guaranteed.
The dogs in Georgia way to buy carpet today.
Ooh, talk about busy. With our no payment till April 1st purchase plan, Tim Hogan's Carpet Outlets are busy. You can have your whole house or any room carpeted wall to wall, and no payment is due till April 1st of next year. And April 1st is same as cash. This is why we're busy. So with the holidays coming, you get busy too. Shop any of our outlets and remember, no payments till April 1st.
Tim Hogan's the way to buy carpet.
If you're tired of having to do it yourself, pull into one of these Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Shell dealers. They still care about you and your car. Go see Ken Eppinghoff, Madison Road, Cincinnati. White Chu Fu, College and High Street, Oxford. Or Bob Shelley, I-75 and US 25, Westchester. And right now you'll get this complete set of quality steak knives free with every fire and ice oil, lube, and filter from participating Shell dealers. Offer good while supply lasts. Come to Shell for answers.
Well, Steve and his dad were out Saturday jogging. Now, I don't think Steve's dad's got the total picture, but it looks like the kid next door got an Apple computer on sale at the Future Now shop.
What's this, some kind of new fad you guys have got? This is my future, Dad.
Well, now Steve and his dad bought an Apple computer, and they're learning how to share it now, an Apple from the Future Now shop.
Steve Horstmeyer, you seem to have found a friend. Who's that guy?
Hey, it's the famous Mr. Red. Everybody knows about Mr. Red. I just wanted to ask him a few questions, Bob. Like, Mr. Red, what are you doing to stay in shape during the off-season? A little bit of jogging? Anything else? What about this cold weather? Okay, well, you're going to be heading down south pretty soon. Do you and the San Diego Chicken or any of the other mascots do anything together to keep in shape? Well, we won't talk about that. Well, nice seeing you, Mr. Red. Back to you, Bob.
Fine interview, Steve. A lot of fun to talk to someone who doesn't talk back. And what do we have here?
The Cincinnati Fire Museum has brought us a 1958 Aaron's Fox fire engine. They say the last of the breed.
The Cincinnati Fire Museum Association was founded in 1977 to preserve and display artifacts collected by the Cincinnati Fire Department since 1853 and to emphasize Cincinnati's contribution to firefighting and fire safety in the home. Annually, over 16,000 local school children participate in the museum's fire safety programs.
And we should say that the Cincinnati Fire Department was one of the first professional fire departments in the country. Here comes the Chi Omega sorority and the Phi Delta Theta fraternity float.
In the true tradition, the mighty Bearcat holds the gold of Morgan State on the football field of Riverfront Stadium. This float, constructed of plywood, chicken wire, and brightly colored pomps, stands to reflect the spirit of Phi Delta Theta fraternity and Chi Omega sorority, as well as to spark enthusiasm for UC's great homecoming tradition.
A lot of hard work put into these floats.
Yeah, Peggy Blackmore and Ted Godert were the people who prepared this. The co-chair people were Bernie Hulsman, Mary Berger, Ted Geddert, and Peggy Blackmore. They worked very hard on this, and it's a good float.
Coming up next. Oh, here's somebody who's bundled up pretty well. I'll bet he's warm. McDonald's Restaurants of Greater Cincinnati. Oh, that's one of the McDonald's characters. I'm sorry, I don't know which one. Now, McDonald's has sponsored the Oak Hills High School Band and Drill Team. Ronald McDonald and all his friends, Captain Crook, the Professor, Grimace, and Hamburglar, they're all here.
This year marks their 12th consecutive year involvement in the UC Homecoming Parade, and it's really appreciated. Incidentally, when we had the drill team from Coca-Cola, the band that played for them was Taylor High School from here in the Greater Cincinnati area, and we know their moms and dads are mighty proud of those young people.
Let's take a listen to the McDonald's Oak Hills High School Band.
effort down there, Ann. The marching band has a strong history of parade and festival participation in the Cincinnati area, like the St. Pat's Parade, opening day with Cincinnati Reds, May Festival, Harvest Home, Davis Cup parades. They really are a fine organization.
They are directed by Larry Welsh. Here comes Conrad the Bull and Connie the Sow.
Approximately 1,600 pounds while Connie is mounted on a 3/4-ton parade truck. It stands 12 feet high, and it's really, really impressive. This year's Cons celebrates its 100th anniversary. Congratulations, Cons. Beginning as a small butcher shop owned and run by Elias Kahn family, Cons is now proud to serve as fine quality products in many states throughout the United States.
Now we wait with anticipation for the next wagon because it should be very nice. It was designed by the Design, Architecture, Art, and Planning School here at UC. This is the first time in history that the college has had an entry into the homecoming festivities.
Boy, they're having fun around there, and they know how to keep warm, don't they?
Why don't you give us an idea of what this is all about, Bob?
Well, the most descriptive phrase of our entry is a people float. The float itself is a collection of people with various props and consistent costumes performing and entertaining for the spectators. The people float will be contained within a representation of a Conestoga wagon. At various points along the parade route designated for breaks, the participants of our entry will act out a shootout scene where a cowboy Bearcat guns down a Morgan State cowboy. The Morgan State cowboy is then carried off by the wagon as the float continues.
Your first people float.
I once heard of an unparade where actually the parade participants stood still and the people walked by.
There's a young man enjoying himself. I don't know that he knows quite to do with that big gun. DAA&P Victory Wagon, this is called.
A lot of big wheels on there, aren't there?
Coming up next, Bob, you know a lot about this entry, WUBE Radio.
Yes, #1 country in Cincinnati, and they're FM 105. They annually help us with the Ruth Lyons Children's Christmas Fund with the WUBE All-Stars softball team that Gary Waits puts together. And the general manager over there is Bob English, delightful gentleman, and we're very proud to have them participating in this year's parade.
Here's the Sycamore High School Aviator Marching Band. 100 members, 28 drill team, 3 majorettes, 2 banner carriers, and 2 drum majors.
The Sycamore Community School District is located in the northeastern section of Hamilton County and includes the cities of Blue Ash and Montgomery. Directing the band is Pete Metzger, who's been associated with Sycamore for 18 years, and Jeff Byler, who has directed the band for 4 years. Rosemary Metzger sponsors both the majorettes and the flyerettes. Will appear at the December 12th Bengal game. Let's hope there is one, and they will be there.
That's an Antique Stutz you're seeing now, sponsored by Wendy's Old Fashioned Hamburgers, and guess who's sitting in the car?
Wendy, of course.
Of course. Here's Kappa Delta Sorority and Phi Kappa Tau Fraternity's homecoming float.
This one's a Western-style stagecoach being pulled by harnessed Golden Bear. Stagecoach was driven by victorious and clearly superior UC Bearcat. Now, we don't know the result of the game. How can we say this now, Anna?
Wishful thinking. We can be optimistic.
I hope I'm right in that, don't you? It was designed and prepared by the Phi Kappa Tau Fraternity and the Kappa Delta Sorority, their combination.
Here come the Miller girls. Now in January of this past year, January 1982, the Miller girls did a show at Tomorrow's with the proceeds going to the Ronald McDonald House. I'm having a little trouble speaking today. My lips are frozen.
My tonsils are frozen. Don't worry about it.
Coming up, the LaSalle High School Marching Lancers and the Scarlet Brigade Color Guard.
There are 10 color guard and 28 band members. Dan Stith is the drum major, and the color guard commander is Jill Greibenkamp from Macaulay and Mercy schools, where the girls come. LaSalle's where the boys are from.
LaSalle High School Marching Band and the Scarlet Brigade Color Guard under the direction of Tom Mitchell.
I used to play a French horn with a high school band in Ludlow, Kentucky.
You used to march on days like this?
Days like this, and when you put your lips into that mouthpiece after you've been marching for about half a block, you talk about freezing your lips as you were before, they stick to it.
Now here's an entry that's close to my heart. The WCET Channel 48 48ers, the volunteers that almost do it all for Channel 48. I'm proud to say that I got all my television training at Channel 48.
Make sure to tune in during the week of December 4th through the 12th for even better special programs during the fall membership drive. And join all of us by supporting TV 48. Then you too can find the gold in 48.
Here comes the Pleasant Hill Elementary School drill team. There are 20 girls ranging from grade 4 through grade 6.
The students decided that they wanted a drill team, and they began practicing in the playground. During library time, the students would ask the resource teacher, Mrs. Hudson, to be their advisor during the year 1979. Thus, the drill team was established, and the drill team has been in existence for 3 years.
Phi Kappa Theta Fraternity has entered afloat in this year's parade.
Phi Kappa Theta is an organization which prides itself on both the academic and social qualities of college life. And this one's a good-looking float, isn't it, Ann?
The theme is the Great Bearcat Gold Rush again, and the Phi Caps feel they are the gold everyone is looking for. This float was designed by Rob Tebby. Here's the Indian Hill High School Braves Marching Band.
94 members, 66 horns, 14 percussion, 12 flags, and 2 drum majors.
Under the direction of Steve Strider.
They have performed at UC Homecoming before, Veterans Day parades, and played at Bengals games 3 times.
Toured in Europe, I see, for 2 weeks in 1974 and were at the World's Fair in 1964.
And they accompanied Doc Severinsen from The Tonight Show in a concert in 1964. They have a very fine history.
Tri-Delts and Phi Gamma Delta Fraternity is the next entry. Pan the Golden Bears is their theme.
He's at least 140 inches high, 98 inches wide, and 195 inches long. Delta Delta.
Float.
The Tri-Delts was the first national sorority at UC, founded in 1892. There are 80 fine-looking undergrads in the chapter, and Phi Gamma Delta is the newest fraternity on campus, and they're together. Hi.
Now, these next folks coming up are pretty important. They're pretty excited about this day. They are the homecoming king and queen candidates. In the first car, what, you want to say, Pips?
No, go right ahead.
Okay.
Just amusing myself.
In the first car, we have Richard Wiles and Ann Dunn. Now, Ann Dunn, we should also mention, is the vice president of the student body, so she's pretty active.
What I was laughing about before on that last float that went by, it says that the pertinent information about the float is it's not whether the team wins or loses, but on how many of us get homecoming dates.
That must be the most important.
Oh, of course.
In the second car, we have Glenn Kiewat and Holly O'Brien. Holly is sponsored by Tri-Delt Sorority. She's in the Arts and Sciences College, and Glenn is sponsored by the Mortarboard. He's in the McMicken College of Arts and Sciences. In the third car is Chris Schneider, sponsored by Kappa Kappa Gamma and the Panhellenic Association. Chris is in engineering, chemical engineering to be exact. And Cricket Boosie is sponsored by the UC Cheerleaders. She's in business administration, in marketing. They're both seniors. And the next car is Todd Phillips. He's sponsored by the UC Cheerleaders. He's in the College of Business Administration with a major in marketing and management. He's a pre-junior. He also happens to be a UC cheerleader. And Laura Kegg, sponsored by Delta Tau Delta Fraternity in the College of Business Administration with a major in finance. Patrick Gibbons is in the next car with, who's he with? I can't turn the pages. Jenny Stanger. Patrick is sponsored by Delta Tau Delta Fraternity. He's in the Design, Architecture, Art, and Planning College with a major in Industrial Design. And Jenny, sponsored by Chi Omega, Center Board, and Phi Delta Theta Fraternity, is in Nursing and Health. She's a senior.
It's interesting to hear the various fraternities and sororities cheering for their favorite as they go by.
We all know they're here. Now, here we're looking at Diane Stokes and Ben Willingham. They were last year's homecoming king and queen.
We have next to us right now the homecoming king all the time.
Skip is here.
Skip Stephenson has joined us on stage. How was it riding in that open car today, Skip?
It wasn't as bad as it could have been. You know, if the wind would have been blowing real hard, we'd have been in trouble. Well, it's chilly. What is the temperature?
It's about 26 degrees, I think, more or less right now.
26 degrees warm.
But think 80 degrees, you'll feel much better.
Yeah.
Aiken High School Marching Band Falcons.
Two of our children graduated Aiken High, Rob and Doug. They're proud alumni, members of the alumni. This band's very good. There's 52 members in it, 10 flags, 12 drill team members, 2 majorettes, and 1 featured twirler. They marched in the UC Homecoming Parade for the past 6 years. The College Hill Christmas Parade, Music Bowl. Of course, you've seen them here on TV5 on St. Patrick's Day in that parade as well, right, Ann?
And the opening day parade for the Reds. Michael Langford is their director.
Aiken had quite a football team themselves this year, a fine record for 1982. Congratulations to their sports program and to the band and their academic program at Cincinnati's Aiken High School.
The next entry is courtesy of Kroger's, a Cincinnati landmark for many, many years. This is the B.H. Kroger Grocery Delivery Wagon, 1903.
Well, they went into business in 1903. As a matter of fact, they went into business long before that. They celebrate 100 years next year in 1983. Barney Kroger started the company, which has grown to be the nation's second largest retail chain. We'll be back with more of the University of Cincinnati Homecoming Parade after we pause for these messages.
Women drinking beer? Why not?
Any lady that's a lady can enjoy Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Cowgirl types, they like Pabst.
It's for everybody today, tomorrow, in the future.
My wife introduced me to Pabst 18 years ago.
There's just no celebrating Saturdays without Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
It's the taste. It's got an incredible taste. Nothing better.
I think any lady should drink a Pabst. It's highly democratic.
Nobody else can give you the feeling.
Except your Toyota dealer.
Nobody else. It's the feeling of knowing you bought proven Toyota quality.
Nobody else. Research after the first year of ownership shows Toyotas needed the fewest repairs. Plus, they were the most mechanically reliable.
Nobody else. And as for providing overall customer satisfaction,
including service, Toyota rated right next to Mercedes.
Yeah! Nobody else can give you the feeling. Toyota.
Babies, teens, Baby World and Teens. When it comes to baby furniture or teen furniture, it's Baby World and Teens. America's largest selection, America's best prices, and more fun to shop than any place else. Your kids are special, and so are their rooms. Baby World and Teens, there's nothing quite like it. Before you buy any baby furniture or teen furniture, check out Baby World and Teens, America's largest selection, America's best prices.
Hi, my name is Carl Henderson, owner of the Henderson Music Company in Covington, Evendale, and on Coleraine Avenue next to Central Hardware. This is the fantastic Kimball organ. Listen to the beautiful chimes. Or how about a Hawaiian guitar? See this fantastic Kimball organ at the Henderson Music Company in Covington, Evendale, and on Coleraine Avenue next to Central Hardware.
Back at the parade now, Skip Stephenson, who is the Grand Marshal, is also our guest here on stage with Ann Reskin and me right now. And Skip's is used to that California weather, Ann. It's a little chilly for you here, huh?
Well, you know, I was born and raised in Omaha, so this is kind of warm to what it could be back there.
I think the Walnut Hills Marching Band is being heard in the background, and we'll listen to them for a few minutes.
The Walnut Hills Marching Band are the Eagles. There's 178 band members.
Preceding them, the Star Strutters, a dancing drill team of 40 girls ranging in age from 6 to 16.
The Walnut Hills Marching Band has taken second place in the West Wind Band Competition in Columbus and first place in the Norwood Band Competition.
178 total in the band. They have 32 flags, 146 playing members. Bryant is the drum major, and Ridgely Fix is the co-captain, and Ellen Wilson flag corps. And they are really fine. The blue and the gold of Walnut Hills.
Under the direction of Ken Welsh. Coming right up behind the Walnut Hills Marching Band is the Alpha Epsilon Pi Fraternity and Phi Sigma Sigma sorority float.
This float is a Bearcat with a golden football in one hand, using an axe to chop away at the golden bear. The Bearcat is 8 feet tall, and the total dimensions of the float are 12 feet long, 7 feet wide, and 11 feet 9 inches tall. Skip, you were out with her last night.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think I know her.
The AE Pi fraternity was founded in New York University in 1913 by a group of 11 men led by Charles C. Moskowitz.
Now Steve Horstmeyer is down on the street with the president of the University of Cincinnati. Steve?
That's right, and we have Dr. Henry Winkler here. He's the president of UC. And Dr. Winkler, a great turnout today.
Oh, it's very good. It's really exciting and a lot of fun.
No doubt about that. I don't think the chill has caused any enthusiasm to damn.
No, I think people are warming themselves up by shouting and laughing and just having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, great turnout. Now, do we have any predictions for the game this afternoon?
Oh, I think we'll win.
Oh, I know we'll win.
You saw my wife's predictions in the Cincinnati Post on the 20 games.
Certainly did.
We'll see what an expert she is.
Oh, we'll know who to bet with next year.
That's right.
She's right. Okay, back to you, Bob.
Good enough.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, President Winkler. Nice to see you here today with your lovely wife, enjoying the homecoming festivities at the University of Cincinnati Homecoming Parade. Again, we would like to remind you that we were on a one-day delay basis. This all took place on Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, followed by the football game at Riverfront Stadium. And here on this Sunday afternoon, we're happy to bring it to you so you can enjoy the festivities.
I saw some people along the way warming themselves up in other ways.
Yes, as a matter of fact, they were.
Yeah, little beverages.
Why didn't you pick up a few and bring us some?
I was offered a few, yeah.
Some hot chocolate, that's what you mean,
Yeah.
Skip.
Oh, yeah,
of
a
course.
little hot chocolate and hot soup.
Coming into view right now is a parade within a parade. Actually, they're a parade by themselves, aren't they, Ann?
The Shriners.
And the Shriners have many units, and leading the way is Ray Ridge, who is parade marshal for the Shrine today. And they have the escort unit, of which Ray Ridge is the director. And we're going to enjoy quite a few of the units from the Syrian Temple Shrine in Cincinnati.
Now, Bob, while we have the time, let's talk a little bit about the Shriners and what they do for our children.
Well, with the Crippled Children's Program they have, and with the Shriners Burns Institute that they have, they do so much good, and it has no regard with race, religion, color, national origin. It's for young people who need help, and the Shriners really work hard to raise this money. It's a fun organization, but it's a serious organization as well, and they do a lot of good, but when they play hard. When they work hard.
We should mention that all the money they raise goes to their hospitals, and any child that has any kind of a problem up to the age of 18 does not have to pay a cent for treatment.
Denny Harris is the director for the Fez, and the color guard with the flags, directed by Wayne Reddish.
They are here in full force today. Any idea what kind of car that is, Bob?
I was just going to say,
that's an old Packer that's been converted. And
Coy, don't you hang up on me.
That's the transportation unit, and Denny Harris is the director of that, and he's also riding in the car.
Bob, are you familiar with those old Packards?
Well, not originally, but recently.
You didn't have one in high school, huh?
No, not at all. This group is called the Arabians, coming into view right now. And the Arabians are directed by Edward Lloyd Sr. And needless to say, with those dune buggies, they have a ball.
They look like they'd like to floor it, don't they? They're going too slow here.
They like to drive around in circles. They don't have enough room here today.
No,
How come you didn't get me this now to ride in? But they probably got a heater in there and a party going on.
And they have some of that other stuff you were talking about, too, that Campbell's milk, I think.
Now, here come the Arabians.
The caboose is part of the Oriental band. They have them kind of mixed in and out here, and it's not exactly in sequence as we were given.
These must be the marching sheikhs. They look like marching sheikhs.
Did you know?
Sheiks.
Sheiks.
Did you know they weren't going to, this is true, it was on the news, they're not going to have cabooses on trains anymore.
Sheik is what they are. Sheik is what they're doing because they're cold, too. They're not going to have what?
They're not going to have cabooses on trains anymore. I don't know why.
American tradition
Yes.
going by the way.
Bit the dust.
Now, these are the marching sheiks. Don Summers is director of the Oriental Band, by the way, and Tom Bramwell is the director of the marching sheiks.
And behind them, the Kentucky Colonels.
Mike Keyes is the director of that particular shrine unit.
You were right, Bob, when you said a band within a band, a parade within a parade.
Those white suits make me cold. I saw them before. Now the motorcycle corps is moving in, and following them, we have the Scots Guard. Russell Spaulding is the director of that.
But their knees are cold.
I wonder what the truth
and that's
is.
not all.
What's the truth, Skip? Do you know about whether they wear anything under there or not?
I had one of these on a Real People show. No, they don't. They don't wear too much under there, but those are real thick wool.
Underwear.
Underwear, yeah.
Okay, we're going to have to cut away for just a moment. We'll be right back with Skip Stephenson, Bob Braun, and myself, Ann Reskin, with more of the UC Homecoming Parade. Don't go away.
Portions of the UC Homecoming Parade are brought to you by your local McDonald's restaurant.
When I invented the telephone, I had no idea you'd find so much in one place. Your Cincinnati Bell Phone Center.
Right now, you can treat your favorite Pac-Man fan to a Pac-Man phone with a full 12-month warranty to ensure a long life of fun conversations. Act now while supplies last.
Your Cincinnati Bell Phone Center. What an inventive place to shop. And best of all, it's genuine Bell.
The dogs in Georgia wait to buy carpet today.
Ooh, talk about busy. With our no payment till April 1st purchase plan, Tim Hogan's Carpet Outlets are busy. You can have your whole house or any room carpeted wall to wall, and no payment is due till April 1st of next year. And April 1st is same as cash. This is why we're busy. So with the holidays coming, you get busy too. Shop any of our outlets and remember, no payments till April 1st.
Tim Hogan's the way to buy carpet.
Nowhere else can you get
Sesame seed bun
toasted and topped
with that special sauce.
and McDonald's ads
Lettuce and cheese
with pickles and onions.
to our big patties. Our great Big Mac, our special way to say
You deserve a break today at McDonald's. At McDonald's.
Special sauce.
At McDonald's.
cheese. It's our Big Mac.
Well, Steve and his dad were out Saturday jogging. Now, I don't think Steve's dad's got the total picture, but it looks like the kid next door got an Apple computer on sale at the Future Now shop.
What's this, some kind of new fad you guys have got? This is my future, Dad.
Well, now Steve and his dad bought an Apple computer, and they're learning how to share it now, an Apple from the Future Now shop.
Welcome back to the 1982 UC Homecoming Parade. The Sigma Chi Fraternity and Kappa Kappa Gamma sororities float is next.
This is really good looking, Ann. It's a Bearcat wearing a 14-karat red jersey with an arm extended upward, holding gold nugget football. The head and arm and leg move, and the Bearcat is repeatedly stomping on golden bears. A wooden sign claiming victory at the edge of the field. The football field is rainbow-like, 25 feet long, going into a riverfront. The original width was 8 feet, tapered to 2 at the mouth of the river. The stadium is round, the goalpost extended upward. Really good looking, isn't it?
Sigma Chi has been on this campus for 101 years. It's quite a record.
Sure is, and Kappa Kappa Gamma 68 years on this campus, and both social fraternities have combined 172 members. Kathy Listerman, Mike Timmons, and Sue Stone are the ones who prepared this entry.
And coming up right behind this float is the Lemon Monroe Fighting Hornet Marching Band. Fighting Hornet Marching Band is under the direction of Chris Brandenburg.
They're what is known as a traditional high-step marching band, having won numerous awards, including first and third place in UC's homecoming parade and first and second ratings in concert band contests.
The Guardian Angels Athletic Boosters entry is following the band.
Skip, you're from Omaha. Did you have a college out there that the whole town wrapped around?
Well, we have the University of Nebraska at Omaha, which, yeah, it's the college there. Of course, Nebraska University with the football team is the big business there down in Lincoln, and that's where you have your big parades and things. But they have quite a school now at the University of Nebraska Omaha.
They usually have quite a football team, too.
Well, Nebraska, oh, yeah, we're doing okay this year. We have a shot at #1 still, I guess. If it hadn't been for Penn State, we'd be there.
When you're a citizen of the country, as you are, Skip Stephenson, who do you root for?
Well, I always root for Nebraska. You know, I've been a big Nebraska football fan because I was born and raised there, so I'm still a Nebraska fan. And if they get to the Orange Bowl, I want them to invite me down to the sidelines. I always want to be in the sidelines during one of those big bowl games.
This organization, the Guardian Angels Athletic Boosters, was formed to further competitive and non-competitive student athletics for the second largest parochial elementary school in the Cincinnati area.
How many bands were here today altogether? I was in the front, so I didn't see everybody.
About 20, I think, 20 altogether. A lot of brave souls.
I used to play the trumpet. You know, on a day like this, your lips can stick to the mouthpiece.
Steve Horstmeyer, I think you found someone to keep you company, haven't you?
Or warm.
I can't hear you very well because we got the cheering Bengals, but Bob, I found a way you'd like to keep warm right here with the Bengals.
You got it, brother.
Can you tell me, girls, what have you been doing with the strike going on?
Well,
that's it, nothing, right? Well, let's hope it ends soon, but Bob, I tell you, I'm keeping very warm now. I'll see you all later.
Okay, Steve, I don't think they'll have trouble finding something to do. Hi, everybody.
Steve, don't forget, you have to get out of that car.
That's a classic, and so is the car.
Come back, Steve, come back.
The Ross Senior High School Marching Band, the Rams, are next.
This band has participated numerous times in Cincinnati St. Patrick's Day Parade, marched in the Cherry Blossom Parade in Washington, D.C., and in 1981 won first place in Class B parade competition. That was held last year at Miami University. First place in Class B parade competition this year at the Hamilton Fire Prevention Parade. They're directed by whom, Ann?
Daniel Munitz. You know, Bob, it's interesting. I was talking with Jerry Springer, Channel 5 News new commentator, and we were commenting that there are no politicians in the parade this year. He was mentioning that he had been in the parade in the past, and he said it's no surprise. Last year, the election, or the parade, was the weekend right before the election. This year, no politicians on hand.
That happens every year at the orphans picnic, too, when it's time for them to run. Boy, they're out there.
There's the WEBN mascot, Frog. He runs for council every year.
I know, and that frog, just like I got a pie in my face earlier on the show this week, he gets one on those commercials all the time.
No, he's the one who throws the pie.
Oh, that's right. It's the pretty girl that gets the pie, right?
And that's the way it should be.
Okay. While we're watching the frog go by, Steve Horstmeyer has the winners of the Bearcat Parade coming up, and Bearcat Run. So we'll be getting to that. So in case you're wondering whether your favorite won that Bearcat Run, we'll be finding out from Steve Horstmeyer in just a few minutes.
It says here that Frog came to be when he jumped out of a vat of tree frog beer one day. and has henceforth reigned as WEBN's mascot.
I think he's coming toward us.
Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. The WEB.
Good morning, how are you?
Hello, Mr. Frog, nice to see you. I'm sure you're keeping warm.
We'll see.
Ribbit.
We'll see you at the hop.
Oh, wait a minute now, Skip.
Okay, Steve Horstmeyer, you're a runner. How would you have run on this day?
I would have run very slow, Ann. It's too cold out here to get those muscles moving, but there are two people here that didn't run very slow, the male and female winners. Now, what's your name again?
Jeff Johnson.
Jeff Johnson won the male division, and
Laura Camneedy
won the female division. And did you both wear sweats, or did you, how did you do it?
Ran in the sweatshirt, but shorts.
Oh, I don't know. It's awful cold. What about you?
Same thing.
Same thing. Well, congratulations to both of you. I know you've got to get away to the award ceremony. And with me also is Melanie Stinson, the race director. Melanie?
Thanks, Steve. We appreciate it.
Okay, well, have a good day.
We will.
Back to you, Ann, Bob.
Thanks, Steve. Coming up right behind you, so get out of the way, is the Withrow High School Marching Band. These are the Tigers.
They have 18 drill team members, too, and 6 flags, and they joined the 68-member band to form the Withrow High School Marching Unit. The band is directed by Jerome Johnson, and he's in his 4th year as band director, and the number of members has grown from the original 13 to 68. Doing a good job.
Why don't we listen a while? Right behind the Withrow High School Marching Band is a very unique group of youngsters with unique talents. The Maddox Mustangs unicycle team.
I'm wondering if Skip is getting some ideas for real people.
Oh, boy.
I would think so.
You think
These
you could
kids
do
are
that
great.
With a shirt on?
Not today.
They were formed in the spring of 1974, and they have had 177 performances since then, including 79 parades. They've been on television on Kids World, and also the UPA Wire Service reports on 4 unicycles on ice shows at a 1981 picture.
It says here they were also on local TV on Channel 5 with reporter Jeff Hirsch for Action 5 News.
Did he write a poem about it?
I wonder if he got on one of those unicycles.
Hey, Jeff will do anything.
Just about. Takes a lot of practice. Bob, have you ever been on a unicycle?
Once, for about...
Never again.
For about 2 seconds, yeah. Yeah.
Incidentally, the team depends on dedicated Maddox parents to get the kids to these shows. They don't have a big bus. The parents handle it. Look at this young man on the bus.
Yeah, he's kind of like on a rotisserie, aren't he?
He won't burn today.
Oh, boy.
I'd like to try that, Skip.
That looks like fun, yeah. That's the story of my life. I've been going around in circles like this for... Well, that kid's got to have some muscles in his arms there, doesn't he?
He sure does. I want the shoulders on those others.
Yeah, the shoulders. There are 20 precision riders, 4 giraffe riders. You can see them coming up there in the background.
They call them giraffe riders?
Those are 6 foot... What'd you say, Bob?
Well, while the hula hoop is spinning around, we're going to pause for just a moment, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
I love that.
I've lived in Maryland, I've lived in Texas, I've lived in Florida. One thing I've learned, you can count on the consistent good flavor of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
California dreaming, California doing.
And Mississippi beer.
Arizona, New Mexico, Pabst is definitely Louisiana beer. When I left Ohio, I left a lot, but I didn't leave Pabst.
You get a PBR and you're going to get the same quality that you get regardless of where you are.
The real taste of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Nobody else can give you the feeling, except your Toyota dealer.
Nobody else.
Your choice. Supra with more horsepower for 83, or Cressida. Now with Supra's twin cam engine and independent 4-wheel suspension.
Nobody else.
And research after the first year of ownership rates Toyota over BMW and right next to Mercedes for providing overall customer satisfaction. So choose again. Satisfaction for thousands more or thousands less.
Nobody else can give you the feeling. Toyota.
Babies, teens, Baby World and Teens. When it comes to baby furniture or teen furniture, it's Baby World and Teens. America's largest selection, America's best prices, and more fun to shop than any place else. Your kids are special and so are their rooms. Baby World and Teens, there's nothing quite like it. Before you buy any baby furniture or teen furniture, check out Baby World and Teens, America's largest selection, America's best prices.
Hi, I'm Carl Henderson, owner of the Henderson Music Company in Covington and Evendale. I'm here to tell you that you can find happiness in 5 minutes with 2 fingers and 1 Kimball organ. We'll teach you to play with free organ lessons. Happiness is what we're selling. See this fantastic Kimball organ at the Henderson Music Company in Covington and Evendale.
Welcome back, and you're watching the University of Cincinnati Homecoming Parade that took place on Saturday, and this is a day-delay presentation of it here on WLWT TV5. We're proud to be here, Ann Reskin and I, Bob Braun, along with Skip Stephenson from Real People, and we're real cold, I gotta tell you that.
The Harrison High School Wildcat Marching Band is trying to keep warm as they march down Clifton Avenue. 2 banner carriers lead the way, followed by 2 field commanders, 5 majorettes, and 60 band members, along with 14 in the flag corps. 82 in all.
The marching band took 3rd place in Music Bowl 1 in Cincinnati in 1978. The concert band got a superior rating at the district band contest in Class B in 1980 and 1981.
They are under the direction of Doug Parrott.
Those flags don't look like they weigh much, but if you carry one of those for a long parade, it must get pretty heavy after a while. Skip, what's coming up on Real People in the next couple of weeks?
Oh, what is coming up on Real People? Lots of things. Everything you can imagine will be coming up. You know, we've had, this year, this is our 5th season, and we've come up, in the beginning, people said, well, you'll never keep up with it. It won't be enough stories, enough segments. Yeah, this year we seem to have come up with better ones than we ever have. So there's all kinds of things coming up. So, a few parades.
I wonder if you've done anything on the Pac-Man yet. Looks like we have one coming up here right now.
I thought that was Sarah yelling at me again.
No. This is the Kappa Alpha Theta and Sigma Phi Epsilon float.
This float measures 13 feet by 8 feet by 25 feet long. All moving parts are operated by 4 members of the Sigma Phi Epsilon hidden inside the float, and the banner is being carried by 2 members of Kappa Alpha Theta. Out in front, the Morgan State Golden Bear runs for his life down the railroad tracks, and riding a runaway minecart in hot pursuit comes the great UC Goblin Gold Nugget. Looks like Pac-Man to me.
It certainly does. Here you see a 1913 Model T Ford, courtesy of Coca-Cola. Now this entry has traditionally captured the float competition for the last 4 years.
The Delta Tau Delta fraternity has 85 members and has won the homecoming float, as you said, for the last 4 years. And we should know because it happened yesterday, but we don't have that information as we do this program, do we?
Here we have the float entry from the Ohio College of Applied Sciences and the Ohio Mechanics Institute, all part of the University of Cincinnati.
OCAS is a branch of the university, and programs offered are architectural technology, chemical technology, civil and construction engineering. It's a fine part of the university and does a great job of making sure young people graduate with the ability to get a job.
Which is very important these days, technical training. This is the Western Hills High School Marching Mustangs. They are under Mitchell.
55 members strong. They have an 18-flag corps and 2 majorettes and 1 field commander, and the field commander is Cindy Probus, a senior at West High. Is she the one dressed with that little bitty costume?
Oh.
Poor baby.
Oh.
Go out there and keep her warm, Skip.
Oh, well, I'd like to. Bring her up here. You know what happens is that smile literally gets frozen on your face.
This is the Western Hills High School Marching Mustangs, and we will be back with more in just a moment. Don't go away.
This is Jay Schlomer's Fine Furniture, and it's a very special place. That's because you'll find absolutely unbeatable values on quality name-brand home furnishings throughout our store. Just look.
Unbeatable catnapper recliners with heated massage. Buy one for $297 and get one free in Herculon tweed or leather look vinyl. Catnapper recliners. Buy one, get one free.
So come on out to Jay Schlomer's, 2 locations, Silverton and Withamsville, for unbeatable values and fine home furnishings. Guaranteed.
The dogs in Georgia way to buy carpet today.
Woo, talk about busy. With our no payment till April 1st purchase plan, Tim Hogan's Carpet Outlets are busy. You can have your whole house or any room carpeted wall to wall, and no payment is due till April 1st of next year. And April 1st is same as cash. This is why we're busy. So with the holidays coming, you get busy too. Shop any of our outlets, and remember, no payments till April 1st.
Tim Hogan's the way to buy carpet.
Nothing like an Egg McMuffin puts breakfast right in your hand. Take it to go or eat it nice and slow. It's the taste that's loved all over the land. With Canadian-style bacon, fresh egg and cheese.
I'll have an Egg McMuffin, please.
Nothing like an Egg McMuffin, fresh and hot right in your hand. You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Well, Steve and his dad were out Saturday jogging. Now, I don't think Steve's dad's got the total picture, but it looks like the kid next door got an Apple computer on sale at the Future Now shop.
What's this, some kind of new fad you guys have got? This is my future, Dad.
Well, now Steve and his dad bought an Apple computer, and they're learning how to share it now, an Apple from the Future Now shop.
Welcome back to the 1982 UC Homecoming Parade. Steve Horstmeyer has a special guest down on the street. Steve?
Well, I certainly do, Ann. I think I'm the lucky one today, seeing all the pretty girls. We have another very pretty girl, beautiful girl, as a matter of fact, Sherry Lynn Farmer, Ohio Miss Teen. Sherry, how are you feeling today?
Great. I'm having a wonderful time.
Even though it's cold, huh?
I'm freezing, but I'm having a wonderful time.
Now, you tell me you're from this area. Where are you from?
Deer Park.
Well, from Deer Park, they must raise pretty girls out there. So, Sherry, I hope you have a good time and stay warm.
Thank you. I will.
Okay, back to you, Ann and Bob.
Thanks, Steve. We should say that Sherry's going to go to Albuquerque in December, and she's going to represent Ohio in the national finals of the Miss Teen pageant. She's 18 years old. She's a student in the College of Education at UC, and like she said, she's a graduate of Deer Park High School.
How come I'm up here and Steve's got all these girls? I got the wrong job today.
Hey, you ought to see that little girl dance, the one you just met out there. She has quite a talent.
Our next entry is the Gamble Nippert YMCA Gatorettes Baton Corps. These are 35 young ladies. I don't know that they all showed up today. They range in age from 5 to 12 years old.
The Gatorettes were organized in 1977 with 15 girls under the direction of Cindy Fritz. And since their beginning, the marching group has participated in 2 prior UC homecoming parades, Cheviot's Harvest Home Parade, St. Patrick's Parade, and Cheviot's Memorial Day Parade, and also quite a few more than that. Aren't they cute?
I would imagine they're looking forward to being the majorettes of a college high school marching band someday.
And they said the Gatorettes would like to wish the Bearcats a golden outcome in the game. As you watch this parade, you know whether they were right or wrong.
Theta Phi Alpha and Pi Kappa Alpha's float is next.
You and I should be able to speak Greek by the time we get through with this program today. Huh?
If I can keep my lips moving.
There's a piece of work. Yeah.
This float's theme is Coachin' for Gold.
The colors are browns, grays, greens, black, gold, red, yellow, blues, orange, and white. It's 30 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 13 feet high. This sorority was founded in 1912 by Father Kelly in Ann Arbor, Michigan. The Epsilon chapter at the University of Cincinnati is the largest chapter in the sorority and has 75 members. Their motto is, nothing great is ever achieved without much endurance.
It's snowing, Bob.
I was trying to ignore it.
This float was designed by Tim Schenk from Pi Kappa Alpha Fraternity.
I think after this day out here in this parade into the cold weather, the least Skip could do would be to send us a Real People t-shirt.
Send you Real People parka.
This is Americana's Drum and Baton Corps from the Milford, Claremont County area. These young people are 6 to 19 years of age.
They were the 1980 and 1982 Ohio State Fair champs, and 1981 and 82 Ohio American Legion State champs. So that's no small potatoes. You're watching a great group.
Their colorful yellow, black, and red uniforms. 62 members in all.
We mentioned that some of the people were not in the parade who were scheduled for it, and again, as you said, Ian, I think we should really commend these people who did come out here today for this homecoming parade, because you see we have quite a few, and it's really something to march in this kind of cold weather.
And the spectators as well, we commend them. They're braving the elements also.
Now there's some smart girls with the leg warmers on, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty smart.
Skip, you have your leg warmers on?
Oh, I got my long underwear on.
I need toe warmers is what I need.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't want to tell tales out of school, but I think you have your longies on too, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And they are providing me with much warmth, but they are not covering my toes. That's what we need, ones with feet in them.
We need a bucket of hot water.
Coming up next is the Little Miami Panthers High School Band.
They have 90 instrumentalists, 18 guard members, and 2 field commanders. And the field commanders are Chris Davis and Beth Spearsall.
As we mentioned earlier, these floats that we're seeing here today demand a lot of time and energy and a lot of expertise. We sent a photographer down, probably sometime this past week, to take a look at how they put floats together. Now here's a drawing of one of the floats. This is how it all starts out, an artist's conception. And here we are with the construction. A lot of people putting in a lot of time and energy.
A lot of chicken wire.
And a cute little chick.
Yeah, very good.
Watch it, guys, watch it. Very meticulous work, as you can see. Very meticulous.
After all that work, you always love it when the wind blows and the whole thing goes. That happened at the Rose Bowl one year. The wind was blowing so hard that as the floats finally made it out there, they were all just chicken wire.
The one we're seeing constructed here went by earlier. This is the float by the Delta Tau Delta Fraternity and Alpha Delta Pi sorority. And as we said, these people have won 4 years in a row. We'll see if they win again this year.
They got some good competition this year.
Yes, they do.
Coming into view now is a band from some neighbors up to the east.
Georgetown High School Marching G-Men.
And women.
54 members in all. 5 majorettes and 2 banner carriers. The head majorette is Lori Coles, and the school colors are gold and black.
This band is under the direction of Richard Cahal.
You know, as cold as it is, I haven't seen anybody drop a baton today.
That's because the batons are glued to their hands.
Are they glued in there? Yeah.
Or frozen.
That's where the hand warmers are. They're hidden inside the batons.
Georgetown Marching Band is the American Society of Mechanical Engineers and the Society of Automotive Engineers. And wouldn't you know, they're on horses.
The ASME and the SAE provide necessary technical training and practical experience not found in the classroom through special design projects. And also they promote social activities to complement the rigors of a technical education. They'd like to thank the Chaco Ridge Equestrian Center of Union, Kentucky for the use of their horses today. And we'd like to thank a hardware store for the use of the shovels to take care of the aftermath.
A rather unique vehicle here.
What is this? I like that.
The car of the future, perhaps?
That's when you don't know if you're coming or going. Yeah. There it goes.
They're really wrapped up in their work, aren't they? We'll be right back in just a moment with something special for you here from the UC Homecoming Parade 1982 with Ann Reskin, Bob Braun, and our special guest star, Skip Stephenson from Real People after these messages.
Women drinking beer? Why not?
Any lady that's a lady can enjoy Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Cowgirl types. They like Pabst.
It's for everybody today, tomorrow, in the future.
My wife introduced me to Pabst 18 years ago.
There's just no celebrating Saturdays without Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
It's got an incredible taste. Do nothing better.
I think any lady should drink a Pabst.
It's highly democratic.
Nobody else can give you the feeling except your Toyota dealer. These tough Toyota 4x4s not only give you the highest running ground clearance in their class, they also give you one of the highest levels of owner satisfaction. And get this, over 95% of all Toyota trucks sold in the past 18 years are still running hard. No wonder Toyota's the #1 selling imported 4x. Somebody did it right.
Nobody else can give you the feeling. Toyota.
If you're tired of having to do it yourself, pull into one of these Greater Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Shell dealers. They still care about you and your car. Go see Montgomery Shell, I-275 and Montgomery Road, Brentwood Shell, Winton and Galbraith, and Fairfield Shell, Route 4 and Maggie. And right now you'll get this complete set of quality steak knives free with every fire and ice, oil, lube, and filter from participating Shell dealers. Offer good while supply lasts. Come to Shell for answers.
Babies, teens, baby world and teens. When it comes to baby furniture or teen furniture, it's Baby World and Teens. America's largest selection, America's best prices, and more fun to shop than any place else. Your kids are special and so are their rooms. Baby World and Teens, there's nothing quite like it. Before you buy any baby furniture or teen furniture, check out Baby World and Teens, America's largest selection, America's best prices.
The Lakota High School Marching T-Birds are coming up next to give us a little bit of their music. 112 members all together.
Preceding them, though, we have the Denner Distributing Company's Pabst Girls. And this is a program that's on in conjunction with the Pabst representative on campus. They're sponsoring our parade in part today. Ladies, nice to see you. Have a Pabst.
Here's the Lakota High School Marching Band.
Well, this is a big band. 28 ranks of 4, plus banner carriers and field commanders. The total length of the unit is 240 feet. In 1980, the Hamilton Bannerama contest took place. They won 3rd place in Best Drill Team. In 1980, the UC Homecoming Parade, 3rd place. In 1980, Fairborn Park Hills Invitational, 2nd place. So they've done very well.
An award-winning band. They are under the direction of Denver Noggle.
Very sharp-looking outfit, and they really march well, as you can see. Skip, did you get any of that Pabst when they came by?
No, they were asking me to run out and get one, but it's a little too chilly right now. I got a Frisbee. There we go.
We can have a little fun with that.
Yeah. Oh, look at the little girl. Oh, they're already gone by. A little tiny girl here in the red. Now, she looks cold. Yeah.
This is the Ladies Oriental Shrine of North America. This is Bonnet Court number 8.
The court units are the Gestorettes, the Degree Team, the Oriental Band, the Bonnet Chords, Ragdolls, Bonnet Squares Club, and 2 units not here are the Patrol and the Cosba Dancers. The Ladies of the Oriental Shrine of North America was started in 1903. Bonnet Court number 8 was organized in March of 1920. Courts in North America give financial support to 18 Shriners hospitals for crippled children and 3 Burns Institutes. Now the Emmanuel Community Center Linkettes. It's a drill team, 30 girls consisting of 10 rows with 3 in each row. I hope there are that many today. 5 drummers in 1 row, 35 members in all. And this drill team was formed in 1982 by Emmanuel Community Center and has participated in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, Opening Day Parade, Memorial Day Parade, and Knights of 50th Parade in Columbus, Ohio, and other community events.
Lots of enthusiasm there.
I think they're just trying to get to the end of this in a hurry. It looks like they're going
Oh. We have a lot of people that we'd like to thank for making this parade possible, and one of those is Bobcat Enterprises, who provided us with this lift truck for one of our cameramen way up there. Hello, Denny. Wave, Denny.
We thank the Bobcat company. Yeah, talk about cold. You think it's cold down here. Hey, we're going to pause and warm up for just a bit. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with more from the UC Homecoming Parade 1982.
Dogs in Georgia wait to buy carpet today.
Woo, talk about busy. With our no payment till April 1st purchase plan, Tim Hogan's Carpet Outlets are busy. You can have your whole house or any room carpeted wall to wall, and no payment is due till April 1st of next year. And April 1st is same as cash. This is why we're busy. So with the holidays coming, you get busy too. Shop any of our outlets, and remember, no payments till April 1st.
Tim Hogan's the way to buy carpet.
Win what you want at Color Times.
During Color Times, win what you want sweepstakes. Win a 1983 Cadillac.
Win.
5 vacations for 2 in Nassau.
Win.
5 weekend getaways for 2 in Las Vegas.
Win.
And RCA portable TVs. There'll be at least one lucky winner at every participating store. So come into Color Time and register to win.
Win what you want at Color Times.
Must be 18 or older to win. No purchase necessary.
Nowhere else can you get
Sesame seed bun
toasted and topped
with that special sauce.
and McDonald's has
Lettuce and cheese
with pickles and onions.
all big bag.
Our great Big Mac, our special way to say you deserve a break today. At McDonald's, at McDonald's, at McDonald's.
Cheese, it's our Big Mac.
Well, Steve and his dad were out Saturday jogging. Now, I don't think Steve's dad's got the total picture, but it looks like the kid next door got an Apple computer on sale at the Future Now shop.
What's this, some kind of new fad you guys have got? This is my future, Dad.
Well, now Steve and his dad bought an Apple computer, and they're learning how to share it now, an Apple from the Future Now shop.
Okay, we're back. Ann Reskin, Skip Stephenson, and me, Bob Braun. And Ann, coming up into view, we have another band.
The Gallatin County High School Marching Wildcats. 60 members in all.
The field commander is Missy Strawn. They were organized in 1949 at Warsaw, Kentucky, on the Ohio River, just 45 miles west of Cincinnati. Jim Lane is the director of the group. I think they're a little cold.
Yeah, well, they're toward the end of the parade. They've been waiting a long time.
Yes, they have.
Boy, I can't imagine being in an outfit like some of these girls here in the 26 degrees.
Hey,
Ooh,
Skip, I couldn't imagine you in an outfit like that.
Unfortunately, our producer always does imagine me in those.
I've seen you in that dress. I want to talk to you about that.
You got
Next float here, Alpha Tau Omega.
This float has a bearcat crushing a golden bear in an old-fashioned printing press. The float's theme is the Great Bearcat Golden Bear Crush. This is ATO's 60th year on the UC campus, and this was prepared by Greg Thomas. I think things are thinning down behind this float, Ann. It looks like the parade is getting toward the end. We've really enjoyed being with you today, and hope you've enjoyed this presentation. The game took place, of course, yesterday, and this parade on Saturday morning, and we're bringing it to you here on Sunday afternoon. We have a lot of people to thank. You mentioned the Bobcat Enterprises before. The use of those 2 lift trucks really helped us bring the parade to you just as if you were here.
And, of course, we'd like to thank the Homecoming Committee. They've been very helpful in allowing us to put this production together. Especially, I'd like to thank Joe Ventura and Chris DeMakis. They've given us all the information we need to present the parade to you. And of course, all the various departments at the University of Cincinnati, the people at the physical plant and the campus police have all been very cooperative, helping us out.
And I would like to give a great big medal of honor to this young gentleman right here. Skip Stephenson is used to the warm weather of California since he moved from Nebraska, and he flew into Cincinnati on Friday and did our program, Skip, and premiered your brand new album. Hope you have a lot of luck with it.
Yeah, the album came out, it'll be out at the end of within a week. It'll be in all the stores. Speaking, you asked what was going to be on Real People. On Wednesday night, we have, speaking of girls, and a lot of them out here today, we have the Valley Girls on, and Moon Zappa, who made the record, will be on the show Wednesday night.
Well,
there's the last one Volkswagen full of girls, and that was it.
That's it. I'm sure that the University of Cincinnati is grateful for your being their Grand Marshal this year, and we at WLWT TV5 here in Cincinnati certainly appreciate your NBC show, Real People. But I found out, and Ann has, and so has everybody else who has met you, that you're a real guy, Skip. And
thank
I
you, Bob.
very
much. I know this is going to be on a day after the game, but I hope you win today.
Thanks.
Shall I make a prediction?
Okay.
35-14, Cincinnati.
35-14.
If that comes true, you better send me some money.
Steve Horstmeyer is standing here. He's joined us back up here on the platform. Steve, thanks for doing everything you did out on the street today.
It was certainly fun. I had a great time, and I'm sure the game's going to be great, Ann.
How about better weather next year?
We're going to try. We're going to work on that.
Okay.
Our parade coverage was produced and directed by Jeff User, along with the rest of our very fine engineering staff from WLW Television, who do a great job of bringing you live events, whether it's a sporting event, a news event, or something that's happening in our city that's important, an important event. You see it all on TV5. We thank you. Ann Reskin, nice working with you.
Same here, Bob.
I'll see you Monday morning at 11:30 on midday.
Home to get warm.
Yeah, you got that right. We'll see you again on Monday at high noon on the program. And until then, for Ann Reskin, Skip Stephenson, Bob Braun, for the whole gang today, stay warm and thanks for joining us on the UC Homecoming Parade. Goodbye, everybody.
During halftime at the football game, the homecoming king and queen were announced. They are Rich Wiles and Cricket Busey. The President's Cup for the best float in the parade went to Delta Tau Delta and Alpha Delta Pi.
You've been watching the 1982 UC Homecoming Parade, brought to you by your local Toyota dealers, Tim Hogan's Dalton, Georgia Carpet, Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer and their local distributors, J. Schlomer Fine Furniture for unbeatable values and fine home furnishings guaranteed, Baby World and Teens, America's largest selection, America's best prices, and by The Future Now Shop, intelligent products from the future now.